Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's No FOMO Charts TA live stream for stocks and crypto. Today is Saturday, December 2023. It's just about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, this is a live stream that's educational for stocks and crypto. I'll probably answer questions either at the middle of the stream or at the end of the stream. And we have some events happening this week. So starting off, stocks for USA, the earnings season is over, but there are some remaining companies that are releasing earnings, notably AutoZone, Sentinel One, Campbell Soup, GameStop, Broadcom, Dollar General, Lululemon, just to name a few. The economic data releases this week, we have services PMI, job openings, non-farm employment change, unemployment claims, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, and consumer sentiment. Last week's data, we had USA preliminary quarter-over-quarter GDP that was slightly up, and also the core PCE index inflation data that was slightly in line, but it was lower by about 10 basis points than the last month's number. So that's good. That's why we're having such a bullish reaction in the stock market right now. CPI data, PPI inflation data is down, consumer and producer. Inflation data, PCE data, which is also very watched closely by the Federal Reserve, is starting to flatten a little bit. It's been going down, but those numbers look good. The only problem is still with jobs and the GDP data as well. Current events, we have some sad news last week. So first off, Tesla launches their new Cybertruck automotive vehicle. Uber is going to become a S&P 500 constituent member on December 18th. And sadly, Charlie Munger, the legendary American businessman, investor, and philanthropist, passed away last week. Just want to say thanks so much to Charlie Munger. I learned a lot from him. If anyone wants to learn how to invest or be better at business or better at life, I highly recommend his books, his YouTube videos that people recorded and uploaded. And just he was a wealth of knowledge, and I learned a lot from him and also from Warren Buffett as well. So if someone doesn't have time to read books, he has a lot of quotes that could change somebody's mindset as an investor and business person. So thank you so much, Charlie Munger, and may he rest in peace. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo faces a $1 billion class action lawsuit over Binance crypto exchange endorsement. So now we're in crypto news. Coinbase crypto exchange trading volume has increased during EU trading day session and the beginning of Eastern Asia trading day session as well. So this is related. Binance USA, I forgot to add this news. Binance USA is also potentially being investigated by the SEC for fraud and mishandling of funds. So Binance is not doing well right now in terms of the SEC lawsuit regulations. If you don't know, Binance Crypto Exchange was sued by the SEC, USA government, basically institution, and they had to pay a $4.3 billion settlement, and the CEO of Binance, CZ, had to step down and is facing jail time in the USA. So we're seeing outflows. It's pretty obvious outflows out of Binance, people going to Coinbase crypto exchange, and we're seeing volatility in the crypto space. Okay, moving on to TA charts, stocks and crypto. For stocks, we have S&P 500, the price had a breakout above the 2023 resistance levels, meaning the highest price of 2023 this year. Dow Jones also price breakout. QQQ, NASDAQ is hesitating, price testing at the resistance level. Russell 2000 with the price breakout because of a bullish inverse head and shoulders continuation up pattern. Crypto, Bitcoin price breakout and continuation attempt, meaning the price has broken out above a resistance, continuing up. Same thing with Ethereum, price testing a resistance level, just starting to go up this week. Solana with a larger price breakout and continuation attempt. Ripple with the interesting chart with the potential bullish inverse head and shoulders price pattern if that happens and is true. Okay, let's go to SPY. Try to go faster for today's session. So S&P 500, this is what I'm talking about. That we have broken out on the daily above the price resistance of 457.26, this yellow bar right here. And we're just poking out from there. Now, it is pretty high in the price. That's why you're seeing and hearing about news about potential FOMO on the charts. This is what it's talking about is we're in a technical overbought range right here. 74 RSI, not quite extreme like 80 or 90 RSI, but it would have been better for somebody to buy here. To be honest, if I'm just frank and honest, this is an evening star triple candle pattern, offer oversold bounce with the bullish divergence. This was the spot to buy if somebody's like regretting it. So, or if there's a gap up here, it just had massive continuation. So, if somebody trying to enter right now, it is more risky because it is a weekly or monthly cup and handle potential play where this is the cup, this the handle, and we're right at the breakout spot. So obviously buying off of this EMA bounce was better, but who knows, maybe 5 years from now, this is going to be, we're all going to laugh and look back and say, these were the two best spots to buy if we're going to have like a bull run for 2 years. Right. So that's why it's very important. The next resistance level, highest wick up here is 466, 467.22 US dollars. So we're either going to break out above here, maybe retest or not. And it's probably all related to inflation data as well and the sentiment. I would not be surprised if we had some pullback. We had almost 5 weeks of just green here on the S&P 500. That's why this is considered a breakout opportunity play, which is more risky than buying down here because it didn't crash. That's just a lesson right there, just for everybody, including myself. So the H4 right now, the H4, we do have this EMA up cross with MACD continuation. So as long as we hold above the support lines, we should be okay to continue up here. We should not go below about 453 on this chart. So QQQ, actually, let's go to Dow Jones. DIA, Dow Jones had a much stronger breakout related on earnings, but you can see we're in the overbought, losing a little bit of momentum, and it's kind of floating around in space, as I like to call it. The previous high of 2022 was $356. We're way above that right now. So this is kind of like FOMO breakout, day trading, everyone euphoric. That's why it's relatively speaking, it's dangerous right now. Again, on the chart, just for educational purposes, low oversold with momentum on a price support level is a better spot to buy because there wasn't that much risk at that point once we had the short squeeze. This is also billion-dollar short positions that got closed. So this was a short squeeze with the continuation attempt, which actually became true. Same thing here on the monthly chart. We've broken above the previous high of 2021, 2 years ago. So the market is obviously recovered, and we had this nice big deep retrace, and it's just been recovering ever since. It's all because inflation data is improving. Let's go to NASDAQ. NASDAQ here as well, but it's starting to fade down a little bit. Okay, you can see NASDAQ is not blasting off yet. It's tempered. Some of the tech companies, the earnings were mixed. The tech company is kind of losing hype a little bit right now. But again, the educational play was double bottom off the RSI with MACD histogram momentum, bullish divergence, bounced off a 200 EMA, 3 to 4 reasons, triple candle pattern like 3 white knights, and then we're blasting off, short positions closed, squeezed out of there. We hit the resistance area at 387. We're stuck below 395. That's why I'm not so excited here about this particular chart. And the ultimate resistance from 2 years ago was 403.80. Again, this is looking like a long-term cup and handle. The handle should have pierced way deeper, and then we should have just nonstop went up. But it's going to take a couple of years for this setup to prove itself, if you know William O'Neill. Just a quick side note, William O'Neill, I believe in history, is the creator of the cup and handle pattern. I've read several of his books. So if anybody wants more information about that, it's probably in TradingView and William O'Neill's books, as well as Google. The resistance, it's not quite super overbought here in terms of the 80 range. So there is room to move here, but just watch out in terms of it could be a fake out. If there's no more buyers, then it could pull back down. We already had this consolidation for a 6 months period, and it's starting to go up. But when I say starting to go up, I'm talking about from an investor mindset. If we go into like a swing trader mindset, hourly, it's bouncing off this 200 EMA. And the fact that once we lose a significant level of support, that would be bad and we might get a pullback. So we just lost it. So the fact that this move is so obvious, I'm cautious of that. I want a deeper pullback and wherever that's going to be, and maybe re-enter for that next trade. This is a spot for swing traders to take their profit. Investors are going to hold through this. Day traders are looking to probably short at some point just for a little bit of a pullback. IWM, what am I talking about here? IWM, remember I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, the potential upside down head and shoulders pattern. There's actually a tool on TradingView on the left side in patterns, head and shoulders. And you could draw, it's good to practice. You can draw it. So here you can see the left shoulder and the head, and then the right shoulder, which is not really that perfect. This did not draw so perfectly, right? Left shoulder, head, and you're supposed to draw that neckline. So doing it upside down is kind of tricky. Let's see if we can reverse this. That would be a good feature if I could reverse, if we could reverse this, or if there's an inverse head and shoulders pattern tool. For me, I just draw manually, right? Upset left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and I could see the neckline is slanted. It's custom pattern. 8%. Did we go 8%? 8%, 189. That's the target. That's supposed to be the target. And did we get there? Not quite. So just a little bit more patience there. But somebody got really excited about that core PCE price inflation data. And another way to think about it is just make it high, low, higher highs. This shooting star was a little bit concerning as was here, but a lot of day traders know this play. It goes up. If it doesn't crash back down, that's the higher low, bouncing off the EMA, bouncing off the next EMA, going up, moving average going up. So that is what I'm looking for there. Quickly, let's go to gold. Gold with the nice breakout on the daily. This is that golden cross play. Golden cross with the pullback. The entry was here. Very nice play. High, low, higher, high. Backing out in terms of 191.43 is our resistance. Where's our mega resistance? 193.54. So gold, I still remember this day, this stream when I think I was talking about it here way back in October saying it's oversold right now. See if it bounces. And then this is what happens, right? The flight to safety and all assets going up. So in terms of somebody trying to long gold, even for myself, it's getting double topped here, starting to lose momentum. So what that means is that gold can continue in its price to the upside, and then it's going to pull back. It's almost like something over here or here in these areas. So that's what I'm expecting to happen with gold. Silver as well, it was inside of this price channel consolidation, almost like the Dow Jones, but there was that 1 month in October where silver went oversold, and that was the spot to buy, or maybe this next higher low if somebody was really aggressive on silver because it gapped up. People probably shorted that and they got squeezed out of there. So now we have a golden cross. So I'm expecting this to kind of go up a little bit more. The price similar to maybe 24, and then start to pull back and let these EMAs fan out as support. Copper as well. Finally, we had this nice support play here. I remember calling that and pointing that out to people that there is support that's building. That's good. And then we have a higher low, and now it's at the top. So either copper is going to break out, retest, and continue, or pull back down to EMA support in the 23.37 cent range. Let's look at oil. Now, oil, unfortunately, if we look at XLE, did not have that much of a move. The OPEC meeting was cause of this pullback. So this upside down head and shoulders pattern failed. This was not real. Almost had it. It had to break above the 72.53 range to confirm itself. Still continuing the downtrend. Low, lower, high. Lower low, lower high. So I'm expecting a lower low now. If I Fibonacci this from the bottom to the top, Fibonacci retracement tool, I'm expecting to hit that 618 level again, 67.93 area, and this is our resistance on the top. This is my support on the bottom. So it's in a descending wedge pattern. It actually double topped here at $73. Now, going to natural gas, this is sometimes what happens. We were all bullish for natural gas right here in terms of October because we had that nice move. But if the price does not break out and go up, it's probably going to go down. So if it doesn't make a higher high here and change the trend, lower low, lower high, this is getting shorted down to oblivion, meaning low price. It's the lowest price for a very, very long time. So in terms of trying to play this, I'm hands off on natural gas. I've been hands off ever since this last October, November move, and I've just stepped aside from it. Okay, let's move on. Let's just take a quick look at XLK. So I'm just going to keep it on a line chart just so people can see the contrast easy. The tech stocks starting to get into the overbought range. Watch out for any type of small pullback. Could be really small on tech stocks. XLF as well. Not quite seeing a shooting star or anything like that, but we're starting to get in the overbought range. So at some point, it could keep continuing, and then we need to get some pullback to make it healthy. It's not good for stocks to just go up forever, or crypto. That's really bad, actually. It's not sustainable. We need to have healthy pullbacks like waves up, just healthy style, or else it's too much too fast. And somebody at some point is going to FOMO in at the top, and I'm trying to avoid that for people. That idea in their minds. Let's go to XLRE real estate. This is very nice. Remember, talking about 3262, and if this doesn't keep going lower, that's probably the bottom, right? We see this nice bullish divergence, meaning a bullish momentum here, and look at this beautiful play. This is just like IWM Russell 2000 chart, right? So the market is very correlated. The algorithms and the robot algorithm trading systems are very, very in tune with each other. When they move in tune, if let's say if I was going to short this, it's really bad because the entire market and all the algorithms and billions of dollars are going the other way. So can't fight the trend. XLC is starting to see a little bit of a pullback here. Very interesting right at that resistance point. SMH starting to pull back a little bit as well. This is the semiconductor ETF. And if I draw that support line on the bottom side, it's actually hitting that resistance. This could be actually bad for semiconductors because the blue here was a beautiful uptrend channel, high low. This is what I'm talking about, high low, right? The waves up, get healthy dips in their support. And then we had this prolonged consolidation with the potentially bad head and shoulders pattern that did not play out, oversold, good inflation data, and now we're back up. But it's not even close to getting back inside this channel. This would mean AMD, NVIDIA, all the other chip makers, and all the big tech has to rally for basically 6 months to get back into this channel, which who knows if that's going to happen in 3 to 6 months, right? But at least for this little pullback, we're starting to see just very, very sensitive signs. You might not be able to see this at the zoom in. The MACD is below the signal line and the histogram start to print red on the daily. So as a daily chart analyst, that I'm very sensitive to that because it could be the beginning of just consolidation or at least a little bit of a pullback. Okay, let's just move on to crypto and then. Okay, the videos, I have a question here. I'll stop. The video, somebody says, I can hear you, but there is no actual video. Try refreshing your browser because on all three of my systems, it's looking okay. So try refreshing your browser or try a different web browser if you have another one. Sometimes the video player, it just blacks out for some people for some reason. So it's looking all systems green on my end. But let's just confirm that. Refreshing, yes. Sometimes that happens to me on my side. Okay, let's go to crypto. Thank you for that. Let's go to crypto. So, welcome everybody to my live stream. This is the crypto segment. I'm streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, and Twitch. We also have an X group, and I might start a Threads group in the future or Instagram. That's just a maybe. But for now, my main is TradingView and YouTube. So if you have a question or comments, just let me know. I'm going to answer it at the end of the stream. And welcome. Total crypto market cap here. What are we seeing? We had this breakout. So this is the total one chart, and we have still have the ascending triangle. And the way I like to look at this is I believe there is an ascending triangle here on crypto. And we just broke out of it. Now, the question is three scenarios. Scenario one, bullish, is it just goes straight up, nonstop, because this is crypto we're talking about. So once the FOMO kicks in, right, and everything starts going green, I'm going to say the average person in the world might start to hear about crypto and start thinking, oh, maybe I should buy. But as an analyst, we know as analysts and traders that the better spot to buy for value, we're already in it already on these four dips. Dip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let it break out. I studied the charts enough, I have enough experience to know I don't want to buy right at the breakout all the time because sometimes it fails or it'll come back to retest it and the market makers might try to stop me out there. So scenario two is it just kind of goes sideways a little bit. Maybe some bad news from the SEC happens or another crypto exchange lawsuit or hack or something like that. And then just kind of dips down and goes sideways for a little bit. We also have that Bitcoin happening in 2024. Bearish scenario is it's complete red downtrend pullback all the way back down to 1.17 trillion. And then bulls have to defend it. We have to defend the lows at least. Everyone always thinks about higher high breakout or scalping or trying to catch a piece of the top. But the real issue, the real kind of problem we have as bulls is making sure these higher lows, it keeps going up over time. So the higher low has to be probably above 1.37. If it comes down, that's fine. Let it come down and then go up again. Come down a little bit, but then establish those lows that need to be higher over time, which is how we know we're going in an uptrend up. Great. So if we measure this large move, 57%, trying to go 1.92 trillion is the first target, or let's say 120%, 2.63 trillion, and Bitcoin will probably be like 60 or 70,000 at that point, 40 to 60,000. So that's what I'm looking at. From a long-term perspective, on a weekly, we are starting to reach the overbought area. And also, these two hanging man candles were kind of bad. That's what I was pointing out. But now that we have this green continuation, that's good. We just had 2 weeks of hesitation. That's fine. Now, as long as this keeps going up and the RSI keeps going up, price keeps going up, we're okay. We're riding these EMAs, nothing to worry about. Now, I will get even more excited if we have more EMA up crosses on a lot of cryptos, then I'm going to get a lot more excited. Let's go to Bitcoin. So this is what I'm talking about. Bitcoin has this EMA up cross, right? The 5200 EMA, and we're starting to see a little bit of MACD histogram continuation here. It's just riding that EMA. This is my 20 EMA. I can bring up a different chart that's cleaner. This is what I like to see on Bitcoin. Golden cross up, good sign. High, low, high, low, high, low, higher, high. So if we ever get a higher low in the next couple months, I'm not scared of that. I don't want it to happen, but I'm not scared of it. It's normal. So then, what do we have to break out above as we close this? There's multiple ways actually to draw this. Somebody could say we just broke out. That's great. If it is, we have to hold above 37,800 Bitcoin, never go below that. If it's a true breakout, we could test it a little bit and then let's hit 40. We're so close to 40K. It's right now 39.4K. So, you know, just more people in the EU or Asia and America or Africa, wherever people trade and buy crypto, invest, just keep, you know, customers need to, it's a chain event, right? Let's just stop here for a second. Instead of trying to analyze so much, it's just natural. For example, in America, when we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I read an article that possibly up to 50% of people are going to look into it and maybe buy some discounted merchandise in stores or online. This year was all online. Same thing with crypto. If Bitcoin starts going up a lot more, 40K, 50K, 60K, then the average person is probably going to want to throw some money into Bitcoin. If that Bitcoin ETF gets approved, then we might have a sell the news event, honestly, but that makes it easier for any people who don't want to sign up for these sketchy, quote unquote, sketchy, unreliable crypto exchanges, quote unquote, that basically they could just do it on stocks or on the OTC market or on a real market now on the ETFs. That might really pump up the price of Bitcoin. But in terms of the best price of value, it's actually not now in a relative sense, because as coming back to TA is, do I want to buy supports or do I want to buy resistance? As a long, I want to buy support. I don't like buying resistance, honestly, because that strategy doesn't work all the time. It works on the one time where it's about to go extreme up. That last time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. So maybe I'll back up here and show you that sometimes the one time right here, it's going to work before we have a mega rally. But all the other times before that, 1, 2, 3, even 4, 5 times before that didn't work. So it's really a confluence of factors that has to combine. And it's all about the SEC right now. I'm just hoping that crypto exchanges survive. That's what I'm hoping. I just hope the USA crypto exchanges survive this SEC lawsuit and some kind of regulatory framework actually gets created in the next 5 years and crypto exchanges can adopt it and then it's legal finally, right? Or like regulatory compliance. That's what the buzzword is right now. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm also hoping for countries to make their own digital currency coin so that we could transition off of like credit cards or whatever, and or PayPal money and or Venmo or Cash App or whatever people use here in USA, and move on to digital coins. However, there's still problems. Even me transferring crypto to crypto, wallet to wallet, there's still problems in 2023 in terms of there needs to be more safeguards to have safe transfer. It should be as easy as PayPal transfer, as easy as ATM cash or credit card transfers. To be honest, crypto is not like that. If I type in the wrong address, the funds are gone. I'm going to lose that money. If I don't put in the memo numbers or whatever, or special attachment numbers, it's gone. High chance the money is gone, right? So the average person, it's not ready for mass crypto adoption. Maybe Bitcoin, but some of these altcoins still have problems. And that's why just as a user, I know crypto's not ready for the mass adoption for like every single person, adult to have crypto. It's not ready for that yet. But in terms of maybe businesses on the back end, if they have that maximum security and reliability and efficiency, accessibility, and it's safe and the custody is actually professional and there's safeguards, and if we add FDIC insurance onto that safety and it's regulatory compliance, I believe in that. So that's just a small little, you know, it's not a rant, but aside, I'm going to call it aside about why Bitcoin altcoins is just kind of not ready for altcoin, mass adoption right now. There's a lot of problems. So, in a long term perspective, I actually think the SEC, not everything they're doing, but some of what they're doing is actually cleaning up the crypto space worldwide because the way they're doing it, that's debatable. But long term from now, a lot of CEOs or crypto exchanges are saying we should get stronger from this. We just have to get through the hard times. Now, if somebody's just a crypto trader and thinking like, I don't care about any of what this guy is saying, I just want to know, is it going to go up or go down? I just want to make gains on my crypto trades, etc. That's totally understandable. All I'm saying is on the charts for support and resistance is for people to train themselves to want to buy this low stuff, these low setups as a long, because those are the ultimate setups. Yes, it's risky, and yes, there's maximum fear at those spots, but you have to become a contrarian trader. That's what I learned from Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and other teachers. So now that we're at this resistance, right here, we just broke out 2 candles that I'm excited. It's good, but at the same time is I need to see a stronger base form on the support side for crypto. Okay, rant aside over. Let's go to Ethereum USD. Ethereum, this is good. We have the golden up cross and it's starting to uptrend right now. Get this going on. Bitfinex chart support. I highlighted it multiple times. I'm holding Ethereum. I believe in Ethereum still. So resistance. We're approaching the resistance level off a good golden up cross. This is beautiful. We should break out above 2200. We need to break out above 2200. Beautiful. So the fact that it was basically a little bit of a sim triangle flag play to the breakout to the upside. If somebody wants this setup for educational purposes, we should go to 2360. That's the next target and break out that triangle. And it's probably going to fizzle around here and move around until we make a decision as market participants. Is this going up a lot this year or is it not? The fact that we have golden up cross is greater than 55% chance or 50% chance that it's going up. It's just want to get an area of value. The EMA was the level of value. If you're a day trader, you know when it hits that line, buy some if you want to practice. Now, Binance Coin, unfortunately, with the lawsuit, is looking like it's about to reject down from this downtrend, unless the only thing it has to hold this higher low and then maybe attempt. But the CEO, the exchange, all these lawsuits, not good for Binance. So they need to just deal with it and then focus on, in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, no hate to any crypto exchange, but I'm just saying that it looks like Binance tried to push a little bit too aggressive with the marketing when they need to deal with the image damage first, deal with all the regulatory compliance and legal issues first, like 100%, and then deal with the image management of their crypto exchange. So it's being reflected in their crypto price right now. XRP, what am I talking about here? There is a small upside down head and shoulders on this 5200 EMA right now, and it's potential support play. Is it 100%? No. Upside down right here, like this. And if we have the breakout 3%, actually it's 8%, almost 9% to 68 cents. 18% goes all the way up to about 73 cent level. So this could be interesting. Is it going to go all the way down to 200 EMA? I don't really think so. It doesn't look like that. We're trying to establish a higher low. So this could be a potential trade opportunity, educational, to try to hit this with the stop loss somewhere just below like 4% area, educational. Now, Solana, nice. We didn't really have this potential downside, right? So this is also it was almost a descending. I'm just going to leave the old drawings, almost a descending triangle. But when it starts to break out, we have a bullish move like that, and we're starting to get momentum as well. Maybe it's not the end. Maybe the target's going straight to $100, and this RSI is not even in the overbought range up here yet. Let's look at Cardano as well. Cardano with the beautiful golden up cross, and I call this a double up cross. You have the 50 over the 200, and the 100. It's called a silver cross. 100 over the 200 EMA as well. So that's why I don't think this is going to come down unless there's some kind of lawsuit. It's not just me, actually. The statistics show if you've backtested your EMAs like I have, and you've just been in the market, you have that data, probably not going to come down unless there's a major problem. So the fact that it's going high, low, I like that. It's going up, and this has room to move here. Beautiful. What's the next target? 50 cents. 50 cents is that next bullish target if this is going to be a 20% move just below 50 cents. So I'm looking forward to that. Me, if you're wondering where did I buy Cardano? I buy Cardano right here at 25 cents because I know from experience. I study the charts enough to know I don't want to wait to see what happens. I want to be a market participant. If there's a bullish setup like this, or if there's a huge support, and then I have to make a decision. When and where am I going to buy and why? How much am I going to buy? How am I going to manage my risk? How am I going to play this? If it goes up, what am I going to do? If it goes sideways, what am I going to do? If it goes down, what am I going to do? Just very simple step-by-step process like that. It's like one of the keys to success in trading and investing. So now that this is opportunity is gone, but back here, it's all about playing the support levels. The dips are critically important and holding those higher lows. Let's go to crypto next. I'll just rapid fire the rest of these. AVAX with the golden up cross and EMA bounce. Same thing, DOT with a golden up cross. Doge had its one chance, pull back, and then bounce. That's beautiful volatility for the day traders, swing trade. That's 20% volatility. It's perfect for swing trading. Shiba Inu just holding on here, not quite golden up cross, but if we can hold this higher low, try to double top here and break out from there, would be beautiful for SHIB. Matic as well, golden up cross. Atom is not golden up crossed, but you can see a lot of the hype on crypto has come back. This double bottom, which I said was a maybe double bottom, it turned out to be the double bottom, right? Absolutely wonderful. Near as well, except near, you want to watch out here. If this is a double top, it's the exact top of this move. So if you have conflicting results, you have this saying it's bullish and then this saying it's potentially bearish. So it's 50-50 on this one. It has to just not go below $2. Litecoin trying to hang in there. Litecoin, one of the oldest coins here, trying to hold on to its support level. Trying to hit this resistance. $78 is the target. Uni as well. So again, just want to watch out. We had golden cross fakeouts in the past. So just in case, the bearish side of my mind is thinking, if this is the top, I don't want to buy here at the top. I want to buy down here. That's what I keep trying to tell people every stream. Gotta practice. And when the opportunity comes, it does not last for that long. Let's just pretend I was going to buy here at Link July or September. That's maybe the last one, last chance, October 2023, before we had this nice blast off move of 124%. What can I learn from this? What can we learn from this? Is when it gets down here, that's the time to make it's decision time. It's decision time. It's like crypto is, I treat crypto like I'm just buying electronics. That's what I treat it as. Or I'm buying art, or I'm going to a store to buy something. So if I know I want something, for example, let's just say everyone usually goes to a grocery store or a restaurant, right? So let's say I'm going to a grocery store, I'm going to buy apples. I see maybe there's a brochure that apples are 20% off right now or 50% off these red apples. And I actually want the apples. Okay, I go to the store, I check out the product, and I say, actually, okay, these are not rotten apples. This is real. And what's the price? 50% off. Do I want the apples? Yes. Okay, man, I'm gonna buy some. Simple as that. But it's deeper than that. If we apply what Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger taught us in their books about investing, is we want companies with a durable competitive advantage. Look at the financials, look at the executives of the company, then look at the chart if we're technical analysts, or if you want to look at the chart first, right? If I look at this chain link, where's the oversold? Right here, June 2023, September 2023, and then we have a golden up cross bounce play, October 2023. It's going high, low, barely, not quite higher high, but higher low. And that there was only 3 spots, 3 chances to try to buy this thing in the past 6 months before it blasts off 100%. Tron is a different story. Tron has been up cross for this entire year. So any dip on Tron was actually just a beautiful play. Bitcoin Cash I caught this Bitcoin Cash way below here before this because we had an upside down head and shoulders here with the neckline breakout. Then we had this massive move with the pullback. There was a double bottom opportunity, oversold play here, trying to get into this 25% bounce. And so if we just hold this level, this is what I'm saying. The bulls, they need to hold the support down here. Where's down here? 184, 215. And so if somebody's getting excited about crypto, well, there was probably a better spot to buy so that I'm not so affected by my emotions. Because I remember being a beginner. I remember being a beginner in crypto and stock. I actually started in crypto first. And I remember I had no idea what was happening. I don't know what's going on back then. Right. So then if there was a lot of green or a lot of red, it was like shocking. It was very emotional. It was very, a lot of things moving, right? Physiologically and psychologically. So my body and my mind, right? You have a reaction to seeing a lot of green or a lot of red, or you see 100% and it's like shocking. But once you start studying the charts, you learn price patterns, you learn indicator, you learn candles and all these things, support and resistance, trend lines, and some of the tools. Then it's not that random anymore. It's just actually a matter of patience. Can I buy here and then wait 30 days? In a modern society, that sounds impossible. Why would we wait 30 days? Shipping is 2 days, 3 days shipping. When you order fast food in America, you get your food within 5 minutes if you're in a car drive-through, right? You have your smartphone, you have internet, you can look up anything on a web search in seconds, in a minute. So then an investor, when somebody says, oh, I have to wait 30 days, that sounds impossible. But that's the challenge of investing. Warren Buffett taught me that. He taught me one of his quotes, I'm paraphrasing here, he said that, you can't basically it takes a pregnant woman 9 months to give birth. You can't get 9 women pregnant and expect them to give birth in 1 month. It doesn't work like that. Nature doesn't work like that. When you plant a tree, if you ever tried this exercise when you're young, or fruit, it doesn't ripen in 1 day, right? Or it takes like a week, or it takes like a year for crops to harvest if you know anything about farming, right? Same thing with investing. I have to have patience. If I don't have patience, then I'm not an investor. Or I'm not a good investor, not a good swing trader. Even for swing trader, you got to wait like 14 days or 7 days. That's why I became that. I started off as a day trader. I used to scalp. I used to day trade like every day for like 8 hours, right? As I get older, as I get more knowledge, I just changed myself over time with a lot of study and practice. So it's a conscious decision. Now, I think I'm just going to move on to the ending. I did enough TA. Let's go to some of the questions right now. let's go to the questions right now. Excuse that background noise. So I'm going to end the stream right here in a couple minutes. We have questions on YouTube first from last week. Just letting people know I can't answer like 5 questions in a row because the stream goes too long. So I'll just try to answer maybe one each. So this person, I'll combine this question. What is the best way to start as a beginner, swing trading or day trading? Question from YouTube. Thank you for the question. So I would say as a beginner to start off paper trading first on TradingView or whatever you're doing. Start off paper trading. Do not risk real money because trading, the statistics are 90% of traders, new traders, will lose 90% of their money in 90 days because there's no strategy. There's no knowledge or skills or experience. Basically, I'm just being very honest. I was like that in the beginning. So day trading, you have a very, very low chance as a beginner to succeed. The way to test that, if you don't believe me, try paper trading for 2 to 4 weeks, and then you'll know the results very fast. Even just 1 week of paper trading with as a beginner. So I recommend investing starting off and swing trading if you're like intermediate. Investing, all you have to do for investing is just make sure you catch at the right direction. Right? Investing is a little bit more forgiving in terms of, let's say somebody accidentally bought here and it goes all the way down. But if they held it until now, they're actually break even, right? Whereas swing trading, if you take 20 losses, you lose your whole account. Day trading, if you have 100 losses or 10 losses, you're bankrupt. So swing, the more you trade, the more risk you have, and you can lose all your funds. If there's no strategy or skill or knowledge or experience that you have a 60 to 70% chance of always winning. If you don't have that strategy or knowledge, it's probably going to be a 90% loss rate. Part 2 of the question. How many index and stocks should someone trade if he wants to become a full-time trader? Is swing trading better to start? So as a beginner, again, this is just general educational advice. You can read, this is like almost a lot of Google, YouTube articles say the same thing, is just start off paper trading, educate yourself, do your own research, learn the tools, learn the indicators if you're trying to become an analyst trader. How many index and stock? Warren Buffett has, I would recommend you to read Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's books. They actually talk about that. How many indexes and stocks, about diversification versus not diversifying. For me, all I'm going to say is if you want to practice, just practice on SPY, SPY, or QQQ. SPY is the S&P 500 ETF. QQQ is the NASDAQ ETF. For crypto, just focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum when you're starting out. BTC USD, ETH USD. And again, if you're trying to become a full-time trader, you have to have strategies, knowledge, and experience. It takes years to become good full-time. So no one's going to get good in 2 days, right? Is swing trading better to start? I would say it's better to start with longer time frames because it's more forgiving. Like the price can move around and you're not going to lose all your money just because it goes down 10%, 1%, right? So day trading is the most risky. Scalping and day trading with leverage is the most risky. Swing trading is kind of intermediate difficulty to advanced difficulty. Investing is probably the easiest difficulty of all. But, huge but, still need a successful winning strategy, skills, knowledge, experience. So all of your questions, you can discover the answer on your own in paper trading or bar replay. So I would refer you there. Okay, now we have some, let's see. Somebody has this question. Thoughts on funded account trading stocks and crypto? Could you elaborate on that? What do you mean by funded account? Okay. While I'm waiting for that, I do see I have some requests. All right, so let's see which one. This is user requests right now. Let's look at the one that has All right, I'm not going to do GoDaddy because that's a 2 million volume stock, and just off of their earnings, they just had insane earnings. So I'm just going to skip that one. These other two that this person is requesting, HCC and PHM, these are very similar looking charts. PHM actually off of their earnings, mixed earnings, but it's starting to go up a little bit. HCC is actually pulling back, so let's do this one. 22 million volume industrial. And remember, this is like some kind of India related construction company in the NSE. Is this right? Let's just do it anyways if you're asking for it. It's at, let's find the support levels. It's fading down to supports. You probably want to correlate this with the SenseX India Stock Exchange and also the Dow Jones here in America. But the fact is, looks like it wants to hit this area of 28 INR. And if it hits that level, see if that bounces or not. Now let's go to the other one, PHM, which is actually American stock here. This is copying the Dow Jones. So again, just for educational, the best spot to enter was down here right after earnings, because let's see, mixed earnings, but they had a bullish reaction. So it's just copying the Dow Jones. So whatever the Dow Jones does, this stock is probably going to do right now, to be honest. All I could say is watch out in terms of it could keep going up. Let's pull up some pivots to see where exactly could it go. It's above the pivot. That's good. So next resistance, when it's floating the air, just mark it 94, 100, 110, 120. And the way to track this, probably use EMAs on an H4 chart and just make sure it never goes down below the EMAs, just to make sure. But want to buy on some kind of dip if you're trying to long this, and just watch out if it crashes on you. But there's very clear levels of support. That's why I like gaps up. You can kind of see it on the chart. So it just broke out above 88.47. So that's the next stop loss level. If somebody's trying to play that, just rewind to the beginning. Dow Jones, I flipped to Dow Jones chart. Just watch out. If Dow Jones ever crashes, I probably high chance PHM is going to come down. Just watch out for that. Okay. Looks like that person didn't. Let me try to answer this. So if somebody's saying thoughts on funded account, meaning real, maybe I'm presuming this person's talking about real money account. Well, I would say that if it's a real money account, well, a beginner, in my opinion, should not be starting with the real money account and just jumping in to try to trade. Oh, challenges? Okay, I don't deal with any of that. So yeah, I'm not sure if this person's asking me to do a funded account challenge. For me, all that matters, I only focus on the TA, the technical analysis charts, and also making sure that's correct. Because if my TA charts are correct and my risk management is correct, then I'm fine. Again, I am just a solo individual investor right now, and I do educational analysis and trading. And so for me, I've had just a phenomenal great green year. I've just had a phenomenal great green year. My goal here is not to do challenges. I am here to either teach people, educate people, share information and knowledge, and then it's up to that individual trader to go on their own journey. So let's just wrap up here. Thank you, everybody. I am streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch, and we also have an X social media group and as well. Now, just a quick note, my internet connection has not been the greatest starting this week. I guess my internet provider is doing some kind of maintenance and things have changed around. So if I cannot live stream, I may not be able to live stream in the future so easily because if the connection drops and gets so slow and laggy. So just want to watch out and make sure people know that if that happens, I'll probably switch to pre-recorded offline content if I cannot live stream anymore. So it's like a 50% chance right now. It's really up to my internet service provider. All right, thank you, everybody. Hope you have a nice trading week, and I will see you all next time. Happy holidays, and let's take it easy. See you next time. Bye bye.